I'm gonna fix my settings.
I'll be the judge of who's way
too loud.
Way too loud. You're way too loud. I'm way too loud.
Who's too loud?
Nobody. I just heard someone say someone was too loud. Real talk though, almost want to cancel the stream real quick because I'm missing my favorite coffee mug. I'm using the thermos right now.
No, do you know where?
What have you done?
Is it the black one or the white one?
The black favorite coffee mug, not my white favorite coffee mug. I know where that is, but I accidentally put coffee grounds into it. Don't ask me questions, but where's my mug? The black one.
Is it in the sink? I didn't touch it.
I don't know, I thought you said you knew where it was. I'm panicking low-key a little bit right now. But it's stream
time. It's not
time.
a file. No, if it's not a file on your computer, I don't know. No, I'm gonna go look. An idiot.
I'm not an idiot. Someone stole my mug and you're calling the victim an idiot? That's not very nice.
It's in the library, I got it.
Like in the library, like where I sit to read with it?
Yeah, like where you left it. You left it.
Read it, edit, undo. We're restarting the stream. Nobody heard anything.
Cancel the stream. Cancel the stream. Where's my favorite coffee mug?
My favorite also, in case anybody is looking at us on other platforms, I think we're streaming to Kick tonight, which we usually don't do, but we're just adding it to the multi-stream roster. If you're trying to ask us questions, please go to the Picardo chat, or else Liz will maybe zip in there and look. But picardo.tv/streamkeepers is the chat that gets
or else I will beat you.
Displayed on the stream. Especially if there's any questions about buying followers, that is, I consider that urgent. Really?
Oh, you got one already.
Unironically, do we have a brilliant opportunity to buy followers?
Can I?
Finally.
You can already buy followers. What do we need people to tell us how to do it for?
I don't know. I don't know how to do it. So if someone else is like, "Hey, would you like to buy followers?"
You're doing it now.
I'm doing it now?
Yeah, you make shit people want to fucking see, and they're bought.
No, that's a value exchange.
It's easy, guys.
But not using, like, United States dollars.
I thought
I don't know about that.
Wait, I thought viewers were dollars. What does this say?
No, viewers are human beings. There's a difference, I swear to God.
They can make you dollars, but they are not dollars. Much in the same way that a coffee machine is not coffee.
They're not dollars yet, but wait until I complete my humans $2 machine. My grand project.
Monogamous Farmhousia thinks they are.
Monogamous Farmhousia? That's a name.
Yeah.
So it's official. We're on Kick, and because of this, I'm even more excited that we're on Kick than I was a moment ago.
That's okay. His comment has been mysteriously deleted.
Mysteriously? Did he hear us making fun of him? Come on, man. You gotta be able to survive a little bit of light ribbing. This is not intense. This is fine.
No,
what are we talking about?
The guy trying to get Dave to I don't get more followers by going to some website.
The guy that was offering like he was offering to get me more followers, like paid pretendo followers, and then so he deleted his comment, or did you?
I deleted it.
Just like you deleted the location of my black coffee mug earlier from my mind. Well, now we're never gonna be able to buy followers. Rats.
Oh well. I sure do love buying followers. I sure do love the kinds of followers that you can just via a third party hand them $1 or $2, and then they go, "Wow, I'll follow you," and they never talk to you again.
I swear, my theory on that is I think that it is like there's like a wall of 1,000 cell phones with 1,000 different accounts set up in some like sweatshop in Dubai or something, and there's just one guy that's like, okay, I got paid to do 500 of these. Just like bip bip bip. He just goes down the line, and that's it. That's your followers that you bought. Congratulations, everyone that buys followers. Yeah.
There's no thinking required anymore on that, Dave, because they've actually started making arrests of people in like the UK and Bangladesh and shit like that. They literally have like a server farm of like 1 million SIM cards that are just like sitting in phones, and they can just access them all remotely from like a little machine.
Oh, well, I guess that's a more advanced version. In my imagination, like all of this was being manually done by like there's like one dirty finger that is behind all free followers. I was imagining just like one finger with 1,000 phones, but if there's some sort of technological thing, I guess that really opens the door on the possibilities.
But what if it's just one guy who really likes all this stuff and he just really, really likes furries?
He's just waiting for someone to pay him to follow us.
He's like, oh, I love being on the internet all the time, but I'm just waiting for someone to give me $1 before I will act on that interest. That tracks.
He loves Blue Sky. Yeah, he's all about Blue Sky.
Seems like a good business plan to me.
We're having fun. I'm not sure if I told you what we're coloring tonight, Hazen. We got a commission from Harry Partridge of Captain Dave and Lula, so I'm coloring that up and having fun.
Oh yeah, I saw this. Yeah, this looks really good.
Yeah, these Harry Partridge commissions are legit. Like we got it in the mail, like authentic, actual ink on actual
it's like
paper.
Comic Crew. I didn't notice that. Yeah.
There's ink. Yeah, it's real ink. He did this for realsies.
Yeah, I didn't even know he was also like he's right. I consider Harry Partridge to be like kind of a well-known, legendary indie animator. He's been doing it since before everybody. He's just awesome. You know, Starbarians, Dr. Bees. So I'm thinking, you know, we'll get a commission from him, but he's busy. He's got stuff to do. He put a lot of detail into this that he didn't have to. Like he put the spaceship in the background.
I was gonna say like. Yeah, how the fuck does he have time to do commissions and like not like shitty commissions? Like not just like some piece of shit thing he just put together in like a an hour.
He's not capable and he's insane.
Honestly, I
think
do,
he is insane.
I do feel like I have some insight into his process of like why is he putting this much effort into a commission? He doesn't have to, because every time I do something, I tend to fall into the same. It's like the artist trap. It's like, well, I gotta get this thing done. I could make this look really cool, and then there goes your week. It's gone because you can make it look really cool, and then you decide to do it.
Hazen, they think you have food in your mouth. You gonna share with us?
Ew.
Yeah, here you go.
I don't want food that has been in his mouth. I'll take food that has not been in anybody else's mouth. I'm not like a baby bird.
No, it's for the chat.
Maybe someday when I need my food pre-chewed. Do they do that? Do they have like the equivalent of baby food for old people that have like lost all of their teeth? I'm trying to chart out the roadmap. I want to know what to expect.
I think people usually would rather die.
They'd rather die. They're like, you know what? I could have
I think that's called Golden Corral.
Golden Corral. No, Golden Corral is just a buffet for normal people. I think I've been there in the past at some point. Sounds like a thing that happened.
They think it's called pudding. Actually, it's probably oatmeal.
Oatmeal. You don't want to be getting oatmeal as an old person. It's got all those lectins in there. It'll sandblast your intestines.
No. See, there's a heart on it. So, and it said heart healthy. So, well, the old people believe it's healthy, Dave.
All the old
My
people
dad
think
thinks it's healthy.
Oh, because it says healthy on the packaging. Okay, yeah. So then I guess the debate over. It says healthy right here on the packaging.
I'm not even kidding. My parents fault for that.
Here it says right at the bottom of the food pyramid. They wouldn't put it down there if it shouldn't be down at the bottom of the food pyramid.
It's on the food pyramid. That's legit. Food pyramid is a lie, everybody. It's been a lie.
It's
for a long
so crazy the things like old people fall for.
Like taxes.
His like it wasn't his dad. It was so I don't know like the situation, but it was like someone else's dad. I knew they had served in like Vietnam or something. Like they were in one of the most fucked up wars America has ever been involved in that they did not need to be involved in. Clearly, an example of the American government throwing their people into a meat grinder for no reason. And he didn't believe that 9/11 could possibly be an inside job because no, our government would never do that to us, America.
Yeah, like I don't want to like be telling anybody 9/11 was an inside job, but like whether it was or not, an argument that I would not accept is, well, because our government just cares about us so much. It's like that's not a real reason. Like there might be reasons like, oh, logistically there's this evidence that doesn't match up and blah blah blah, but What is not evidence is, well, because obviously our government and our elected officials, they're deeply compassionate about our well-being, and they would never do something horribly monstrous to us, except all those declassified CIA files about the horrendous things that got up to, 20, 30 years ago. But obviously, they had to declassify that because it reached the expiration date. But now, nothing that could be classified now is going to be nefarious whatsoever. Everything they're doing now is right on the level, no problems.
Yeah, what about like MK Ultra? What about like Lyme disease? What about like fiat currency?
Weren't they behind pumping,
the
deliberately
American
pumping?
government would never do anything bad to Americans.
I'm not even like
What
the
about
biggest.
the Patriot Act?
I'm not even the biggest
What about
expert
the TSA?
on the CIA and what they've been up to, but weren't they? Wasn't one of the things that was declassified? Like, oh yeah, for years we were pumping crack into low-income neighborhoods on purpose because we felt like it lull. Like, it wasn't that something our government was actually doing?
I don't know if that was part of what was declassified or not, but I don't even know if that was the intention of whatever it was they were doing with the war on drugs, but that certainly seems to be like the effect it had on people. Was it just pushed like lower income communities into using more drugs and then subsequently going to jail to become slave labor?
Yeah, like, I don't want to be getting into like the really unfun conspiracy theories, but I'm just saying, if anyone was like, well, a reason that it can't be true is because our government they're so darn ethical. Okay.
Yeah, that's what that was the most surprising thing when he was telling me this. I was like, so you have someone who lives in America, who not only lives in America but has lived in America for 50, 60 years. They fought in the Vietnam War, which there was a draft for, I will remind you. And the reason they think that there could not be an inside conspiracy for 9/11 or like the Las Vegas shooting was simply like, their simple reasoning for that is that American government, United States government would never do that to their own people, bro. The Last Patriot.
The Last Patriot. The government.
Is that a Mel Gibson movie?
Is someone you can trust. No, that's going to be the next one. There's Mel Gibson's The Patriot. Then I don't know what the middle movie is going to be called. Something with the word Patriot, and then the third one will be The Last Patriot.
Okay. YouTube doesn't trust the government.
YouTube doesn't trust the government. Correct.
They know what's going on. Dave, isn't it sad that your first and only message on Kick is, would you like many viewers? Let's make you popular.
I don't
Do
know.
you like many viewers?
Do you like many viewers?
All of the time?
I don't think that's sad. I think that's just sort of like standard issue. It's kind of what you expect out of a mainstream streaming platform, is that they have robots and like soliciting and scams totally out of control. Like, that's just par for the course, I think.
Maybe it's like the government. Maybe Kick is the government.
Maybe
Scam is
Kick did
secret.
9/11. Did you think about that? They don't want you to think about that. I'm streaming on Kick, and the first thing I want to say right now is that Kick did 9/11.
Kick did.
Just throwing that out there.
Did you do 9/11? Kick with a suspiciously 9/11 shaped belly. Nope, not me.
That's mainly why I'm here. Is I was like, you've been getting away with it for too long. It's ending now.
Ban, Dave. You're on for like 18 minutes. Ban.
18 minutes. That's all they could take of the truth bombs that come out of David's mouth. Actually, at this point, when they ban me, it's only going to amplify the cognitive bias that people will have towards thinking maybe David's not just a retard. Maybe he's onto something, because he did get banned.
Wake up, sheeple. 9/11 was done by Kick.
And if you think 9/11 done by Kick blows your mind, whether you hear about the little thing I like to call the origins of the moon.
Well, you hear about 3/11.
Seriously, though, the moon one is fun. Have you heard about the conspiracy theories about what the moon actually is?
Oh, you can do this, but I gotta say, Picardo gets a little upset when you do that, Dave.
Picardo
Pretty
gets
funny.
upset with conspiracy theories? Why? They're fun. You guys can't have fun with, moon conspiracies. I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you.
They always need to try to correct you.
But I don't think that means they're upset.
Yeah, they're not. They're just providing context. That doesn't mean they're like distressed. I don't think.
I've not heard like lately a new conspiracy theory about what the moon actually is.
I've got a.
What is that?
Oh no,
Got 'em all.
this is cool. This actually links into like some little observations here and there. You know, sprinkles of credible stuff, and then the conclusion is like,
Is this
therefore,
new?
I don't think. Well, like, new within like the past decade maybe, but I saw a YouTube video about it a few months ago, so it's new to me. I'm having fun.
It's very lightweight. The moon is very lightweight.
Yeah, like one of the things is apparently based on their observations, at some point NASA dropped something on the moon to measure density with like seismic detectors and all that stuff. And they were a little surprised to find that the moon appeared to be, based on how the reverberations were going through the moon, they said it was ringing like a bell, like it was hollow. And
What?
yeah, they said based on, they were expecting it to be like, you know, a solid mass up there. It's the moon. It's like a big rock orbiting like an asteroid, but like reflects the sun. That they had dropped some stuff on there. They had some seismic sensors on the surface, and it had reverberations like it was ringing like a bell. So they're like, yeah, according to this, it's plausible that the moon is actually hollow. Otherwise, we don't understand how this could happen. And that is the starting point.
When did they do that? How did they measure this? Like when did this happen?
According to this YouTube video, I don't remember what it said, but it said that they did that.
Furo says you're okay because this is America. No one has ever been banned for telling the truth. Ooh.
Well, as long as you're telling the truth on social media, you should have no problems at all.
I don't
That's
think
why
I've
we're not
ever
on
heard of them
Facebook.
trying to like, you know, someone climbing up there and banging on the moon with a hammer or whatever it is you're saying you were told happened. But
Well, I'm told by a reliable YouTube channel, which I can't remember, that they did some tests on the moon, some seismic tests, and it was hollow. And I think there's a bunch of other stuff, but the conclusion at the very end is, well, it's probably not a natural moon. It's probably a disguised alien spacecraft. It's a mothership.
Okay, is the channel named? I can't remember.
That could be one of my channels, yeah. That's my conspiracy theory hour. It's like, okay, guys, this is gonna blow your mind. Now, I can't remember anything, but dinosaurs were put here by Satan.
All right, Harmony's got something to say.
Mm.
I can't hear Harmony, but I'm loading.
I'm loading. Yeah, I don't know. Someone mentioned
Oh, wow, we're marrying her.
Nico mentioned the Spirit Science channel. I think that's the one with all the little like the really gay sounding guy with the voice changer, and all the things are just like little stick people, and he's like, oh, the universe is actually like this thing where people say that it's like he just says like a bunch of shit, and there's like nothing to back it up at all. I think that's the guy. Yeah, the guy was just like, and then all the people from Mars came here, and they came in their little Kabbalahs, the little Jewish symbol, and they came here, and that protected them from the fifth dimensional energies that came in. It's like, yeah, man, what the fuck are you talking about? Shut up.
I don't know.
Like,
As long as
have you ever been to like a party and had someone just fucking start like throwing all this schizophrenic crap at you, and like, okay, like all you have to do to shut them up is be like, where are you even hearing all of this? And then they'll just not tell you. Like, well, it seems obvious. Like, yeah, that seems obvious. It seems obvious that Martians are like migrated here.
Well, they just got to pull out the line of I don't remember, but it's all about like, are you there to get a better understanding of how reality actually works, or are you there just to like go on a little brain-free mental vacation? Because sometimes that stuff can be kind of fun.
If you're taking it with a grain of salt, as they say, or like whatever, I don't know if that's how that phrase is actually used, but if you're watching that like under the pretense that like it's just entertainment, I guess then at that point it could be enjoyed. But like someone showed me that stupid fucking channel as though it was like absolute fact at one point, and I called them retarded, and I never talked to them again.
Did they block you for that? I heard something like that happened.
They didn't block me. Maybe I don't know if they did or not, because I never talked to them again after they showed me they were like, yeah, you've got to watch this. It is like life-changing information. And I watched like 5 minutes of it. I could not stand the guy's voice. and like I could not, like, I don't remember what the video. I clicked through like a couple of them to be like, is this all this guy does? And it's literally just like, I can't even remember some of the stupid shit. He was just like, oh, so the Anunnaki came down here, and the Anunnaki did this thing where they like did experiments on humans, and the proof of that is that there's all these weird symbols in the Africa. Like, yeah, cool. That's proof of that for sure. And that there's weird symbols in Africa somewhere and carved into the land that you wouldn't be able to see unless you were up high. And when you're up high, you can see that they make an image, just like the Nazca lines and all that stuff. Like, yeah, like that definitely means that there was a specific alien race that only you think is real that came down. Like that, you know, I don't know, like that is that proof that someone who could get up high, like in a flying machine or something, probably maybe designed or drew some of those things. I would say that's plausible. But when you start talking about like it's proof that this specific alien race visited, no, it isn't. It's not. It's just not. Like, you don't have any of those facts.
Party pooper.
I really love the idea that Satan made the dinosaurs. I think that's really funny, and I think that would be a more
I
popular.
think that is funny.
I think
That
it'd
would be,
a more
if I
popular
was Satan,
opinion.
that's what I would do.
That would be a more popular opinion, except it made everybody look bad when they thought it. So, like, no, I guess dinosaurs are really cool.
I would be like, yeah, go ahead and send your stupid people and your son down here. I've got all these dinosaurs that I made. Go ahead, send them. See how long they last.
Or even, I don't think he was using real dinosaurs. I think his plan was like, all right, so people are going to be believing in Christianity. I've got to put a stop to that. I got to throw a wrench in the works. So I'm going to send this guy, I don't know, I'm going to bury a bunch of fake bones from creatures that never existed, and that will trick them into 2,000 years from now, they're going to start believing in evolution because of these bones I planted. Thinking ahead.
And it's going to test your faith.
Yeah, and then it's a question of like, well, what do you believe? The Bible and that these bones are all fake and gay? Or do you believe that there really were dinosaurs and that God is dead? Because it can only be those two options. There's no middle ground, apparently. Until now we can sort of...
Apparently. I had some, like, creationist guy from, like, a church once try to convince me that carbon dating was stupid and, like, not real.
He's not real. Tell me more.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, what do you think of gravity then? Do you think it's, like, made up? Or, like, what's you know... what do you think about that? Like, what do you think about like the half-life of materials and like atomic decay? What do you think about those things? Do you think they're not real?
I know, like, I don't know much about carbon dating, but I know that some stuff can be trickier to carbon date if it doesn't have much, carbon in it. So there's like certain things you can get a good carbon dating read on, and then other materials it's a little more tricky, and you have to find alternate methods of trying to figure out their age and stuff.
But there's still like a range of things, and it's like, a lot of those people believe the Earth is only like 1 million or like 200,000 years old, or I guess because a book someone wrote and sold to them says that that's what the case is.
No, Hazen, it's worse. Hazen, it's worse than that. Some Christians think the Bible determines that the Earth is 6,000 years old.
Yeah, I was raised on 6,000.
That's what it was. It was something totally crazy like that. Yeah,
it's not totally
6,000
crazy.
Years
I can
old.
explain exactly how they arrive at this figure. You just take all the ages. When the Bible's like, and Enoch begat Shenach begat Heplevem. You just take all those ages of all those people. You add them up. There you go. That's how old the Earth is. Goes back to Adam and Eve. That's the starting line. So it's not rocket science. We don't like rocket science, actually.
How old is Mars?
We don't know how many people.
Get your top creationist on it. How old is Mars?
We don't have the
I want to know their answer.
The devil made Mars.
We need to send some archaeologists there and see if they can find some family genealogies, and then we'd be able to get you a figure on the Mars age.
Oh, no, that's one of those stupid things that fucking idiot channel was talking about. It was like, the one that he made me, he like sent to me was something about like, where aliens come from, or I can't remember what it was, but it was talking about how there was some fucking planet that like orbits in like a different way. Like if everything orbits from left to right, this one orbited like up and down, like perpendicular to Earth's normal orbit, and it's like a huge planet that you don't ever see because it's always somehow, there was all these reasons why people would never see it or whatever, and then like the planet was called like fucking Marmaduke or something,
Or Nibiru.
and like it would come close to Earth, and then like aliens would just like, I guess, step off, like they were just like, oh well, it's close, and they would just jump in their fucking jetpacks to Earth, and then they would come and tell everyone about the wonders of Marmaduke or whatever. I don't fucking remember, but it was so fucking stupid. Like the thing that okay, listen, religious stuff, like people have like some reason for believing that. There are books that are thousands of years old that say that. I don't think that that's a good reason to believe anything, but it's a better reason than some fucking crackpot on YouTube's just making shit up and saying that like, oh, this planet Marmaduke the Destroyer, that the people in old things talk about how he was an evil god, but really, what if he was a planet? And that's what. Then why would they say he's a god?
Yeah, I'm just saying, if Marmaduke, like the newspaper strip, was more like this, I think it would be a lot more readable. I hate Marmaduke.
I think it would be certainly more interesting.
Yeah, otherwise, I think every comic strip is just like, Marmaduke, the couch again! And I swear, every time I've ever looked in the newspaper at Marmaduke...
Why did you shit on the fucking couch, Marmaduke? I'm gonna throw you into space horizontally!
Well, they can't even make, like, a scatological humor like that, because they're in the newspaper. But it's always a variation on, like, oh my gosh, Marmaduke, you went on the couch after you were out in the rain? I don't like that! It's always, unironically, something about the dog on the couch, and it's like... What are the odds that every time I've looked at this, and it's only been like 4 or 5 times in my existence have I looked at a Marmaduke comic, but it's always that. Like
maybe they just shouldn't have a dog.
I like the version where
you're upset about your dog making a mess. Maybe you should not have gotten a dog. Get a rat instead.
Occurred to you that the comic Marmaduke lasts longer than dog lives? Dog living 13 years, Marmaduke going longer than that.
I bet, yeah.
Dog.
Well, see,
it's still the same dog, I bet, as well.
If they gradually realized that their dog wasn't really a dog, and instead he was like some avatar from the Dark Planet's Return, like that might be like a very slow build of a horror comic. Like you think it's like this little funny throwaway gag comic, but then darker elements like gradually creep in. That could be fun.
I really love this Marmaduke episode this week in the Sunday Funnies. I can't believe he bit his owner's arm off and beat him to death with it. A real slow build up on that.
I thought it was goofy how he took all the kids' alphabet letters on the fridge and he just kept on spelling out soon and then making eye contact, direct eye contact. I don't know why. I guess it makes me laugh because it's a humor comic, but I wonder where they're going with this arc.
And then he ate little Timmy. Marmaduke the Destroyer.
I love Marmaduke, but the kids like disappearing from the comic one at a time, and no one knows where they are. That's a weird little mystery in that comic. But I do like it.
Marmaduke keeps having suspiciously child-shaped bellies.
Yes, he does.
They don't look into it because he's Marmaduke. But yeah, I wish this was the actual comic strip. This is way better.
Isn't it? We gotta do a Marmaduke.
Do you think anyone's ever, like, Jim Davis ever snuck anything into Garfield like that just, like, people didn't notice?
Not Garfield.
You'd think
other comics have made references to other comics.
You'd think he would eventually. They're just like, you know what, I'm really bored of, like, this stuff. I think I'm gonna see if anyone notices the hints that John Arbuckle is a serial killer, that John Arbuckle is the Zodiac killer, actually.
Jim Davis
I believe John is, like, some sort of serial killer or something, yeah.
He's far too happy.
I can believe that.
Mm-hmm. All it would take would be a few clues like, Garfield, what are you doing in my letter drawer? Gee, well, John, a lot of these are pretty specific. What's with all these newspaper clippings? Garfield, get out of there! You know, just a little touch here and there, and you can start to build a suspicious portrait of Mr.
Garfield,
Arbuckle.
why is Freddy Freaker in our living room?
So, in fact, I would like to birth a new conspiracy theory tonight. My conspiracy theory is that John Arbuckle is the Zodiac killer.
John Arbuckle's the Zodiac.
Oh, I know.
Killer.
And all the lasagna are people.
Yeah, the lasagna like symbolizes victims or something like that. I don't know. That sounds good.
Oh yeah, you know, you never do see like him make like a Stouffer's or something, right? Like it's always like
What's in that
lasagna he made.
Yeah, it's like code for victims. He's like, another lasagna. I guess it's time for that.
Garfield, I got this lasagna from Tesco. Don't think anything's bad about it. That's why Garfield is like a demon. That he's like. That's why the Zodiac killer is killing, because he has to make people lasagna for his pet devil cat
Oh yeah,
who eats human flesh.
that sounds good. That's there. We finally got a motive.
This is turning into like a Weapon Brown thing. You know what I'm talking about?
No, what's Weapon
No,
Brown?
what's Weapon Brown?
Weapon Brown is like a weird fan comic someone made, where it's like a weird like post-atomic war Charlie Brown thing, and all the like Charlie Brown's like a cyborg guy with like a rocket arm or something. I don't remember like much about it, but it's funny. It's designed like the whole idea of it's just supposed to be like this funny thing where like the Charlie Brown characters are all like grizzly, like chiseled chin, like hairy chested fucking like menace to society type people.
Maybe.
Have you seen the Minus Garfield comic where they take Garfield out and John just talks himself?
Yeah, that's. Maybe,
Oh, Garfield without Garfield.
yeah, Garfield minus Garfield. Well, that kind of feeds into our Zodiac killer theory. The Zodiac killer is the next inevitable step in this progression.
Yeah, I remember like thinking that was like one of the funniest things when I was like a young lad. Was that they were Garfield without Garfield, because it would seriously sometimes be like 2 panels of just like the stupid counter or whatever it is that Garfield's always on, and nothing would happen.
Yeah.
And then like John would just peek in at the last one and be like, "Ha, how do you like that?" I wish someone would make an AI that would just make me Garfield without Garfield comics all day, and that I'd never need any other entertainment.
Legitimately, I would.
Till I die.
Like, if someone had a gun to my head and they're like, "Okay, David, you're going to sit down and read a book. Is it going to be a Garfield book or a Garfield without Garfield book?" It's easy choice. I just think
That is an easy, yeah. Like one's clearly very much funnier than the other. Oh, they did a similar thing with that stupid Control Alt Delete comic. That comic is awful, by the way. It's like way worse than Garfield. But they did a similar thing with that where I think it was just called Control Delete, and they would like remove the middle panel from the comic.
Yeah.
And it was like it was insane how different the comic was. Like they would. This is, for those of you who don't know, this is Control Alt Delete. This is like the comic The Loss meme comes from.
Okay.
Yeah, so like most of those are 3 panel comics, or they were for a long time, and they had a thing where they would just remove the middle panel, and it was just crazy how different it was, because like there was like I don't even remember the actual comic of this. There was one where the stupid like main character gamer guy, he was like playing Guitar Hero, and he goes like, "Wow, this playing Guitar Hero really makes you feel like a real rock star." And then like the very next panel, because they removed the second one, is just him swinging the guitar really hard and just cutting someone's head off with it, like seemingly by accident. And just to have those two things, imagining those two things being like what happens right after the other, is just really fucking funny.
Could save some time drawing. You know, kind of on conspiracy
Well,
theories.
no,
No?
because he still drew it all, but
Yeah.
someone else went and just cut something out. So I guess they saved time drawing.
Have you noticed that, like, kind of with conspiracy theories, whenever somebody like Al Gore cooks up this idea that, like, polar bears are all going to die in 2 years, they declare this and then they get really invested, kind of hoping it's true. just so they're
Yeah.
right.
I hope polar bears die in 2 years. Those things are menaces. Have you ever seen a polar bear?
Yeah, they're
They're
huge, and you could
they're
shoot them, and they'd
literally
be okay with that.
monsters.
I know.
They're monsters that love the taste of human flesh.
Yeah, they're one of the few animals where if you're in the wild and there's a polar bear around, there's a good chance
You are fucked
yeah,
now.
it's gonna,
Yeah.
unless you have like a tank around where it's like, oh, I think I'll just skip right. I'll hop into my tank briefly. There's the polar bear. I don't want to be out with him. Unless you've got like something like that hanging around. If it's just you in the wild and this polar bear, and unless it's like stuffed, he's gonna eat you. The polar bears will eat people because they can, and it's the Arctic and they're hungry and they need food.
No, but the same thing just reminds me of a priest or whoever who cook up this idea that the rapture is coming, and then they cook up this
Oh,
idea. And
yeah,
then
that's happened like 4 or 5
Oh,
times at
I'm
least.
really
There was a
invested with
guy.
it.
There was a guy during the Civil War. I think that John Wilkes Booth, the guy who shot Lincoln, was like part of his like weird, like stupid retard like Kool-Aid drinking congregation thing.
Ooh.
And like he was convinced that the world was going to end. I think right before or right after the Civil War, and they had like all these people like together ready for the world to end, and they were just like ready to be raptured or whatever. And then of course it just didn't happen. And then they looked around and saw like nothing had changed. No one had been raptured. Nothing was different. And they were like, oh well, we miscalculated. It's actually next year that this is going to happen.
Yeah.
And I think at that point everyone just like left and never like they all acted like they didn't do that.
I
They
feel
didn't
like
believe in that.
it seems like it's a universal, like that's why a good apocalypse fear has to sort of be unverifiable. But it's like people on the right, people on the left, people that are just crazy. Everyone, it's like a basic human psychological thing. That's where I think a lot of the people that are like so into, oh, zombies, zombie apocalypse, like listen, right now I'm just a middle manager at Costco and everyone dumps on me and I'm not really that successful, but I swear to God, as soon as society crumbles, I'm gonna be like a king. I'm gonna be the main character. I'm gonna be the guy that is ready. And I'm not saying that it's even gonna happen, but man, I love to fantasize about a zombie apocalypse where I would actually be able to do things and matter in a way that I don't.
God.
I feel like
Is that because you buried all the school buses and you'd be in charge?
yeah, we saw a documentary about some guy up in Canada that like he spent his whole life burying school buses and outfitting them with like supplies so that when, whatever happens, he'll have like the place where this will be the only place where people can survive under the ground in my subterranean school bus tunnel network. And the person interviewing him was like, yeah, so like that's going to be great. Who's going to be like in charge of all this? He was like, well, obviously I am. I'm going to be in charge. I'm going to be in charge. I'm the person that buried all the school buses, so everyone has to do it whatever I tell them. And it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, well, we know why you want this to happen now. Yeah, school buses seems like a weird choice to bury. Like, if you were going to have things that you were going to bury underground, it seems like what would be smarter, cheaper, and more like easy to like more like durable so that something above ground wouldn't affect it would be just like storage containers, like barge logistics containers.
My guess is that this man used to
crates.
be like a school bus driver or something, and he just had access to
Yeah.
a bunch of decommissioned school buses. I don't think he was like, according to my calculations, the most survivable vessel would be. I think it's more like he's just like, shit, what are we gonna do with all these school buses? Wait, are you guys really just gonna roll them out to the dump? Really? You're not gonna do anything with them? Well, what if I took them? And I think that's how it all began.
That's somebody's father. That's somebody's grandpa.
Are you sure about that?
That's true.
If there's a zombie apocalypse, the first thing I'm gonna do is go rob that guy.
Yeah, that's the thing is
Driving school buses into the ground.
this
Too late.
was not even like a
Kill him.
physically formidable person or anything. That's why all the people they're like, oh, I'm prepping for when everything goes sideways. It's like, okay, well, like how into this are you? Because if you have collected 30,000 rounds of 22 caliber ammunition and you have like 17 rifles and like 15 backup sidearms and a cooler full of Mountain Dew, you're ready for everything. But it's like at some point you're gonna sleep. What stops like
I'm gonna kill you
Yeah.
and take everything.
seriously, what stops anybody from just like waiting until you're snoozing away somewhere? Like, are you gonna have? Do you at that point you have to start a cult? You gotta be like,
Well-
okay, we're all in a cult, and I'm gonna be in charge, and then you guys have to watch all of my 22 caliber rifles while I sleep, because those 22 caliber rifles will be the bridge between us and a new generation of humanity. But I've recognized from listening to David's stream that I have to sleep at some point, so now I need a bunch of people that are gonna watch out for my rifles while I sleep. It's like, unless you have like those stooges, and they're like, well, we can't take the rifles away from him. He's too powerful. He would wake up and destroy us all. Unless you have those people, your plan's not gonna work, because like the strongest guy is just gonna wait for you to like take a nap, and then he's gonna take your rifles away.
Well, no. It would be out of respect because he's the one that buried the school buses.
Oh, that's true. I know that's
Oh,
what.
excuse me. Sorry. You're the guy who buried the school buses? Oh, can I pull the bullet back out of your head and give you all your food back? I'm sorry.
This is not a guy who worked out either. This is a fat old boomer.
Yeah, I remember.
This is an idiot. Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Guys, if there's ever a zombie apocalypse, I have a lot of food stored up. Just
Like-
saying.
And school buses.
It's like, well,
You can come here and follow all my stupid boomer rules.
Actually, that's the thing that always gets me. Said all the food is going to go bad if you store it for too long. So you've got like a whole bunch
Well,
of
depending
like
on what it is. Yeah.
beans from 5 years ago. You're gonna live off that.
store honey from ancient Egypt. It'll be good in 1,000 years.
You can, you can store beans like
Idiots.
I'm not gonna say indefinitely, but you can store dried goods like beans and stuff for a long time. But what you can absolutely store and live off of for a very long time is MREs.
Oh, those military ready-to-eat little foil-packed things?
Yeah, I know a guy who I don't know, he's a little bit of a strange fellow, but he bought like 2 cases of those things. They're just like variety cases, and he eats those. You know, some people will eat Tesco canned pasta or something for like a meal. He eats those or whatever they have. What is the Walmart? What's like the soup, the canned soup at Walmart?
I don't know.
Campbell's. I don't know.
Campbell's. People will eat Campbell's, but this guy, he orders two cases of MREs.
What's his
He's like,
action?
I have all these MREs.
What's his action report on the taste? Is it like good? Is it bad?
He says they taste. Some of them taste really good.
Hmm.
He said some of them
But-
taste.
How many school
Equivalent to,
buses
like,
does he have
the-
right now?
That's the real question, Liz. Is how many? I never can get him to tell me how many. I know he has a few.
It's not done yet. That's why.
Yeah.
You gotta before you go downtown into the bar and you start like picking up chicks based on your bus load. You gotta be hit at least like 3. Like you can't just walk into a bar and be like, "Hey, look who's been burying some buses in his property." Like if the chicks are like, "Ooh, you've been burying some school buses. Like how many bus loads are you up to?" It'd be like,
I can see.
I've just a single." She's like, just one bus." You're not gonna get laid. You gotta get 3 bus minimum.
Yeah.
Because Chuck is going to swagger in from the other
Nothing
side of the bar, and he's going to be like, "Well, I just finished burying my 5th bus, actually." And he's going to get all the pussy.
Wow, my labia is glistening.
The women are gonna go with the guy with most buses because that's the biggest fortress.
Yeah. So, if you're in the chat and you know you're having problems attracting women, it's probably because you haven't buried enough school buses underground. Realistically, yeah, you need to try and find like cheap school buses somewhere and dig gigantic hole. If you have like a video, like a YouTube vlog of you like digging the holes by hand, burying them,
And then
that's like
walking through
even
the school
better.
buses filming, and then you line them up like tunnels.
Now, they don't want you to know this, but you don't even have to buy the buses. If you trap them in the wild, you can keep them as long as they're buried. Like, people don't want you to, like, the local sheriff's offices and lawyers, they don't want you to have this kind of power, so they're going to tell you, no, it's illegal to just take school buses. Actually, once you've got them buried on your property, then they'll tell you the truth and be like, "Yep, they're actually yours now. You got us." And
You know, some of the school buses come with children inside, but those are slaves for your group.
the
and
misinformation gets
concubines.
darker. The misinformation does get darker. Now we're getting into human trafficking and slavery in your school bus armada that you've buried under your backyard. Well, someone's got to
I
man
have
the oars.
buried 30 buses. I have all the pussy guns and food I will ever need in case the zombie apocalypse breaks out, dude. And then I can get my crossbow out and shoot zombies with my crossbow.
That would not kill a zombie.
I think most of the zombie apocalypse and like prepper stuff is mostly like a fun hobby, right? I don't think people are realistically thinking, what would happen if civilization collapses? Here's a plausible way that I'll be the only one that survives. It's like I don't think that's really what's going on. I think people are just kind of cosplaying and having fun and, you know, getting cool toys and like camping equipment and stuff like that.
I think some people are. I think like burying buses sounds pretty expensive though. You need to rent like an excavator to do that.
Well,
So,
what's more
you know,
expensive, to bury a few buses or to die in a nuclear
life,
holocaust?
yeah.
What one is really more expensive?
Hey,
I
so it's
think
probably
if
his retirement fund.
It might be. I don't know, but like, I think
his
if
children's
your
inheritance.
if your options are to just like enjoy life or be known as the guy who buried a bunch of school buses, I would rather be eaten to death by human beings who are infected with some kind of crazy virus.
It is funny though, like the original dynamic Liz was observing about Al Gore, like sitting there watching the polar bear population staying steady, like come on. It's like because you know once this guy has buried a certain amount of buses, he is just every time he hears like, oh, and tensions are getting a little higher over in Azerbaijan today. He's like, please let this be the nuclear war. I did this for a reason. I was right. I am not a retard. Please have this be the nuclear war. Like he's invested now, you know.
I know.
Please, God, let us bomb Iran. I just want to see burning flesh one more time before I die.
Oh, that meme's a classic.
I gotta be right. I didn't bury school buses for no reason.
No one never buries
Like,
school buses for no
anyway.
reason.
Can you imagine that? Can you imagine being known like, oh, everyone knows me around town as the guy who buried like 30 school buses because of the zombie apocalypse? Like,
I would
You're
constantly
saying-
be asking him if it was time yet. Or is it here?
you're saying he put them together like tunnels. What do you like? Is he just getting like the back of them somehow?
I don't know.
I don't remember. This was like years ago that I saw this on TV. I wonder if this guy's still alive. The bigger question is, once he dies, what are they gonna do with his bus compound? Like, is someone gonna be like, well, it's time to pay money to excavate all the buses?
I
They're
can
gonna
tell
be
you. No, I can
embarrassed.
tell you exactly what's going to happen with that. It's going to fucking sit there underground. Like when you buy houses and stuff anywhere in the world, they do. You know, you can get like whatever your environmental agency is to like check and see like what's underground. But if it's like, you know, I don't know of any like environmental agency anywhere that's like, well, there is some trash or a car buried underground, so technically we have to have that dug up. Like they just say like we did like a thing, there's something big and metal under there, and it might be old septic tank or something like that, old dookie catcher, but it's not, you know, it's not important, so we're not gonna make you dig anything out. Like they never do that.
So this tells me that if you guys are ever in the real estate market and you're like, I'm looking to buy a house, unless you specifically ask the realtor, how many school buses are buried in the backyard? If you don't ask, they're just not going to tell you. They're just going to be like, oh, yeah, look at that grass.
be anything.
There's probably nothing underneath the grass. Why would there be? Why would there be something underneath there? In fact, I'm not even going to mention it. I'm not even going to bring it up. I'm just going to see if you bring it up. No? Yep.
Realtor is like sweating bullets, hoping you don't ask how many school buses are in your backyard.
Yeah. Don't ask. Always ask.
Well, you see, the kitchen in here is really great. You can bake mom's apple pie.
Yeah, the kitchen does seem nice. And then the person looks out the backyard window and the realtor just starts like sweating bullets. And over here's the second bathroom. Don't look in the backyard. Like they're just like, their guilty conscience is worried that you've got like X-ray vision. You're gonna see the buses all lined up under the dirt somehow.
It's like a fucking telltale heart thing. I can hear the buses revving forevermore.
Suddenly from the backyard,
horn.
muffled under the soil, you hear. It's like, was that a beep? No, a beep. I don't think so. I don't think anything was beeping under the soil in the backyard. How could that be? Always ask how many school buses are buried under the
Ask before it's too late.
Like, what's the worst that could happen? You ask, and then they're like, that's a strange question. 0. You could be like, all right, just check it, and you've won. Now you know.
That's an odd thing to say.
And then you can proceed to be like, okay, so this is virgin territory. So, like, how many school buses could it fit? What's the capacity? What kind of capacity we're looking at?
Are there any? Yeah.
For, like, bus installations?
The ultimate thing would be like if that guy's son was like his estranged son who had no idea what that his dad was like
I
bearing
think they
buses.
know.
Like
I think they definitely
they
know.
came. Yeah, I mean, because he probably can't shut up about it. But like if you like someone who has like I got the bus bearing virus in my blood, and he's like he buys like some property somewhere. He's like, let's look at all this open land. I can bury so many buses under here. He starts digging and discovers there's just the whole entire ground is nothing but just bus, like a bus factory, bus farm.
He inherited a like a city of buses. He won the lottery.
It's a school bus graveyard.
And you know how that is. It's
Yeah.
like, think of how much money I saved.
Covered up
I'm
with
so
the
smart.
fucking pyramids.
I'm such a smart
Yeah.
boomer.
I heard there's a
can't
lot of
believe
buses.
There's so many buses. Liz, you were saying he had them stacked like tunnels. Like, did he? I'm really trying to picture like how a shipping container is not more efficient use of your time if you're gonna make tunnels, especially.
It was a long time ago. I don't remember how he lined up the buses exactly, but it made sense. Like if you go from one bus to another bus, you can't go above ground to get to the buses.
You know what his family's going to have to deal with, too? Like, one day, it's not like he's going to suddenly announce to his family, hey, my health is poor, please come take care of me. Oh, I died in a place where you can find me, and you know where I am. Now you can take care of things reasonably. No,
I'm
someday,
already buried. You don't have to worry about it.
they're just going to stop hearing from him. And then they're going to go to check on him, and he's not going to be in the house. And they're going to be like, oh, God. Oh, no. He's down there somewhere, isn't he?
Oh God!
In the catacombs.
Little Ronnie's all against the bus farm underground. Gotta dig him up.
We're going to have to go down there, guys. We have to check. It's our job. We have to know if he's alive or dead. And you know he must be down there
Seatbelts,
somewhere.
everyone.
This is turning into like
That was the strangest episode of Magic School Bus when they went to the guy's bus farm, underground bus farm.
It'd be actually a really good episode
Miss
on
Frizzle
like
just left all the children there.
be a good episode on like hoarding and mental illness. That'd be great.
I was going to say, this reminds, like, if you're wondering why he did this, this reminds me a lot of people. We've seen the Hoarder show. You just see inside somebody's house, and you're like, how did you do this? And they're just sitting there like, pee in the bucket.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was the weirdest. Was that Hoarders or was that like a My
Hoarders.
Strange Addiction thing?
I don't think, probably both.
I think it was hoarders because
I remember that episode. That weird, like
more than
chipmunk-looking woman was like, "I shit in a bucket, and that's really cool." And then like just like the woman that like the psychotherapist or whatever she was like trying to help, like she was like, let's get you out of this house and get you some food that's not covered in your own shit. And she's just like, well, since they're cleaning the house, I want to have one more night where I'm just eating my own shit on my food because it's cool. And so like, why would you want to eat? Yeah. Like, why would you want to go back in there and eat food that's covered in your own feces? And she's like, you know how like a drug addict, when they quit drugs, they have like one night where they just do a whole bunch of drugs. It's kind of like that. Like, no, it's how is it kind of like that? Why do you like eating your own shit, you freak? You deserve to live in a house with buckets of your own shit.
I remember when they were cleaning that too. They had to like put on hazmat outfits. I think one guy was like, "Oh, let's see what's in
Of
here."
course they fucking imagine how her clothes smell just sitting in that all day.
They declared the house an entire loss too, and she was shocked. It's like, what did you think was gonna happen?
Yeah, they had to literally bulldoze it. It was uncleanable. It was just like a toxic.
And then bury
disaster.
all the shit in the underground, like the buses.
Yeah.
They just put all, in fact, what they did is they took all the shit out of the house and they put it in a school bus and they just drove that underground, buried it.
Yeah, they took the school bus out. They was like, how are we gonna get rid of this bus? Who's gonna want to get an old school bus full of shit? And then they came across one man.
Who wants a yeah, who wants all these buckets of 6-month-old rancid shit from this freak, this chipmunk woman?
Meanwhile, this guy in Canada just sees his bus like stock numbers going up. Oh yeah.
Bus stalks.
Mamo says he had an update of everything he's done this week, and then you stole all the attention, Hazen. And power is off in a minute.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Oh.
I didn't
He
realize
hates you
this was.
now.
I didn't realize this was your show, Mamo. Please, what have you been doing? Actually, what have you been doing?
He actually does have a lot of
like,
cool stuff he does.
I'm glad they haven't blowed you up yet over there. At least that's a relief. The power is off in a minute. Yeah. So they have like planned things now where they just turn the power off, like to conserve power or
Like
something.
probably
Yeah, he
rationing
told me
if
it's
I was
like
to
on a
guess.
schedule. Yeah.
Yeah.
Check Telegram. Okay.
You better call your boy Elon Musk. Get some solar panels. He seems to think those are like the way to go for energy or whatever.
Yeah, by the way, anyone that's like, Mamo, cool stuff, what's all this? He'd post some cool stuff in the Dream Cord, so if you have missed out on the stream, go in the
And Telegram.
go in our
This is
backers
Telegram.
only server if you're a backer, I guess. And he's got like cool stuff in there that you can enjoy. He's got cool stuff
And-
you can enjoy.
Where have you been, Hazen? Were you in? Did you go to Mars? What were you?
Where have I been? I've been here in China. Chang chang chong. I've been here in China.
I've been
Better not say
here,
that too loud.
inside your hearts all along.
Yeah, the real Hazen was the friends you made along the way.
Ew.
Civet refused to train Harmony today. It's down for everyone. Well, it sounds like it's just down. It doesn't sound like it refused. Thought you were training things through like a local thing on Hoya or something. I was kind of shocked when you were explaining how you did that. I was like, is he actually training these like locally? I guess with Civet,
He's
you
got
can
a lot
at
of
least
time
spend
on his
your
hands. He can do
gold.
whatever he wants.
You need like you would it would take an immense amount of time to train something on the computer. He told me he had.
I don't know.
He also I think said that he was yeah you said you're training stuff on Civet. So like, what does Civet use? The Hoya thing or like I have not trained a lot. I've looked into like how it's done. It doesn't seem like it's that hard to do. But like as long as you have like images for it and stuff. But like what how do they what do they use? What kind of training method? Training model?
Dave, you have a line layer turned off on Lula's ear. The tip of her is off.
Oh, is that like a separate layer?
Yeah, I told you. Harry did the wrong paper size. He does his own thing, so I had to surgically add the tip.
Oh, I see that. Okay.
That's how the elbow got cut off originally.
It was labeled IMG 202511009-203401444 copy. So I oddly I didn't know what it was on that layer. It's really weird.
Well, that's what your scanner does. So that's fault.
I renamed it Eart Tip, so that way I'll probably have a better shot at guessing in the future what it is.
Well, the spelling is so close.
Yeah, exactly. It's so close that I'm like, I bet I was trying to spell ear and I missed and didn't care enough. Yep, it's an ear tip.
Oh, I missed.
No one's judging me based on my spelling inside of CSP files. I hope, because if that's how posterity judges me, they're gonna be like, this guy was retarded. He can't spell.
The real Hazen was the smog in the atmosphere. Yeah, well,
You're hazy.
if I continue to breathe this shit for much longer, that is going to become the real Hazen.
You gotta.
Have you found that coffee you like yet?
But the one in the vending machine, no, I haven't had time to like go out and like ask, and I don't have a can of it like to show to people.
That's terrible. I just imagine some lost person holding a can of coffee up to people and be like, where?
Yeah, like where do you have this? Does anyone on Earth have this?
Sad.
The next time I get a can of it, I'm taking a picture of it though.
You should. They just like
I have
give
to.
you money to go away like you're a homeless person.
Yeah, pretty much. They'll give me like a different coffee and tell me to go away.
Yeah. Oh, they say Harry did a great job, by the way. The liner looks amazing. Oh, I agree. He
Oh, he
really knocked
did.
it out of the park.
He put so much detail into it too that he didn't need to. Like, I don't think we even were like, we need 3 characters for sure. He just
It was 3 characters, Dave.
it was 3 characters. Oh, okay. Then in that case, it's a good thing he did what he was supposed to, or I'd beat him up or something. I don't know.
I didn't have him do Tubu. I thought that would be too hard for him and very unfair.
Oh, yeah, thank you, because I have drawn Tubu by hand, and after drawing Tubu by hand for the ref sheet, that's when I was like, you know what, we're just gonna have to model. If we're gonna animate this guy, one drawing of Tubu took the time of like took 90% of the time of drawing that like character lineup. It's like, oh, he takes so much more time, and he's cool. He's got a cool design, but we gotta make him a CG model. I can't hand animate this freaking thing. Plus, I sort of like the mixed media feel a little bit, especially in when you have like humor shows where it's a little more jokey, a little less about being super immersive and consistent. I feel like the mixed media stuff is kind of funny. Like they do that a lot in Smiling Friends and things like that, and I
Oh, I
think
know.
I always kind of
I
get a
think
kick
the
out of it.
real
Oh yeah.
That's a
Oh
real
my
selling
god, have you
point.
seen the latest one?
I have seen
haven't seen any of
previews
them.
for some of the recent stuff. I don't have any of those streaming services, but I'm like, as soon as they provide me with DVDs that I can buy, like a boomer, to put into my school buses, I will buy those DVDs.
I'm gonna get him season 1, and then we'll watch season 2 on Amazon. And season 3 is coming out right now, so we'll catch up. We're still getting through the commentary on Gravity Falls, though.
Gravity Falls was so good.
I really want to watch the commentary of Gravity Falls actually.
The commentary is interesting too. We're only like 1 or 2 episodes in, but it's just interesting getting insight from the creators on like their thought process and how it worked. And they got picked up like right out of college too. It's really interesting.
That's nuts. And they weren't even that enthused. It's like, no, we want you to do this. Okay, fine.
Well, they were like Alex Hirsch is like friends with Craig McCracken and Lauren Faust and stuff too. So that's who like Robbie and Wendy are kind of supposed to be. He's supposed to be like that whole like thing with Robbie, Wendy, and Dipper is kind of supposed to be him having a crush on Lauren when they were in college together.
Oh, that's cute.
She was more into Craig, obviously.
I don't even know who those other people are, but if you told me, I'd probably be like, oh, that show.
All right,
Yeah.
Dave.
Oh, Craig McCracken's like almost all the old like What a Cartoon stuff on Cartoon Network. He's like Powerpuff Girls.
Oh yeah, okay.
Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Nice.
YouTube, we are reading chats from Picardo. It's on the screen. The chats are on the side there.
Yeah.
If you're looking for us on Picardo, I'll get the link, but we are Dreamkeepers, I think.
Yeah, anybody on a streaming platform watching us now being like, my chats are not showing up on screen. How do I remedy this? You got to hit us up. Picardo.tv/Dreamkeepers. Yeah, and then if you post text into that chat, you will see it on the screen. Whoa. Although, we might not be paying that much attention. We might miss your questions and stuff, so I'm sorry about that if we are.
I'm paying attention, but if it's really off topic, I can't interrupt all the time. We keep it
This
flowing.
memo, despite Lauren's Twitter, I still think she's really cool and she does cool things with her fans and stuff. I think
I don't know who she is.
Lauren Faust is Craig McCracken's wife. She's also like the biggest thing people she worked on like Foster's and stuff, but the biggest thing people know her from is she's the brains behind the
My Little Pony?
Gen 4 of My Little Pony. Yeah.
Oh,
cool.
okay. Ah, yeah.
She's the one who actually made My Little Pony cool for a long time, and there were these people making a fan My Little Pony fighting game,
Yeah.
and Hasbro cracked down on that because they're stupid, and they were just like, oh well, you can't do this, and then like Lauren, like she was already like off the show, and she was like, you know what? I will help you guys design some new characters to just make your own fighting game.
Oh, that's nice.
So like I think she just for free like just walked into it. She worked with that guy, I can't ever remember his name. God, he's the guy who does like all the weird little animations of himself. Jeez, what is his name? But he did like these My Little Pony animation things for a little while, and she came on to his show. Oh man, that's killing me now. I can't remember I can't remember his fucking name.
Describe it. Maybe we can help.
Uh Sean, it's Sean something. Sean Keller. Sean Keller. Yeah,
Oh
Sean
yeah,
Keller.
I've heard of Sean Keller. Where have I heard that name before?
Yeah, he animated for Disney and Bluth and stuff for a long time, I think. And he's like a industry vet kind of guy. He has like the street cred for this, but he did like a pony thing for, well, it's like more than just that. There's other stuff going on, but it's just like these goofy little things he did because he just likes to animate and he likes the way the pony designs are. And Lauren Faust came onto that show for a little bit, and like played herself as like a pony queen or something.
Oh, cool.
It was
You
just
showed
funny.
that to me.
It's funny because you see her, like, he does all the voices, like with the voice changer for the girls and stuff, and like you just hear like a real female come on, and it's obviously like designed like the fans made up like a pony queen design for Lauren, and it's like very much based on that design, and then like you hear a real woman speaking, and you're like, I bet that's Lauren Faust. And then the credits roll. It's like, oh, it is. She actually come onto the show with him.
Well, that's nice. It's always nice when the creators are like cool with the fans also having fun with the franchise, and they're not like, no, we're Nintendo. We're gonna like anyone that enjoys this and makes anything, we're gonna sue you. It's like, okay, that's cool.
I emailed him a while back. I was like, Sean, let me do some music for you, and then like he never replied.
Aw.
So what I'm saying is go spam Sean Keller's email.
Let him
He's still
know.
around?
Let him know
Hired me.
that you've got some school buses for him. He can get in at the ground floor, below the ground floor, actually.
Sean, I've got like 12
And that-
school buses, man.
And that you'll be in charge. But you
Yeah.
could also
You can
music-
move into my underground school bus compound.
Like, understandably, I came up with the idea to have a school bus compound, so I will be the bus lord. I will issue all the commands in this aftertime of civilization.
And then people will finally
Right.
respect me.
It only makes sense. Why would anyone else be bus lord if they didn't have the foresight
Yeah.
to like get all the school buses? You know, why would they be school bus lord? Oh. Wait, what is... I had access to the largest Russian website for the day. Wait, what do you
He's talking
mean
about
you had access to it?
2011,
Like
I
the
think.
back
I
end?
don't know. I don't know.
All I did was translating
translating
comics
comics
into
into
Russian.
Russian.
Oh, I see what you're saying. You had like the access to like the Russian My Little Pony fan site.
Dave,
It must be
I've
cool.
heard-
All we had was Smelly Equestrian Daily with Seth.
I've heard Harry didn't put the hammer on his on the revolver, but we're just going with what Harry did
I'm not gonna.
because
Harry
No, we're
is
not gonna
British. He
recommend it.
doesn't know how guns work.
no, I know they're not allowed to have guns.
I'm
so
just
he
glad
was
that
going
he
off
That's
of
why
the
no one
design.
has guns in Starbarians.
I'm just glad he
Yeah,
didn't
no
get
kidding.
thrown in jail for drawing guns. I know
Yet.
Britain can get kind of uptight about that sort of thing.
That's coming.
Guys, don't narc on him. Don't tell the UK that he drew a gun. He might wind up in prison.
I
Unironically.
can still log in and wipe everything out.
Harry Partridge under arrest for drawing a pistol incorrectly.
Just a toy. I remember when I was like a teenager, someone from America was trying to explain to me what cap guns were. And the way they were describing them, and with like my very limited English, like it was like, oh, so like it's a toy gun that actually shoots. And I was like, it shoots like bullets? And they were like, yeah. And I was like, oh. Is that why like the school shootings happen? Because people just bring like a toy gun and actually shoot bullets to school.
That's funny. Why do we keep allowing toys that kill?
Yeah.
I wasn't
For
allowed
those
to
of you
have.
who don't know,
No,
it's just a gun.
go
It's a
on.
toy gun that has like little like gunpowder pellets in it,
It's
and
like
it just
caps,
makes
right?
the sound. Yeah,
Yeah,
the
like the cap
caps that
gun.
just makes it
Yeah.
sound like it's shooting,
Yeah, I wasn't allowed
but
to have
it's
those
not.
when I was younger.
There's no like actual projectile like that happens, but that's this idiot I was talking to could not understand that I wasn't getting that, and I was trying to ask him. I was also stupid and couldn't speak in English very good, so I was like, "I what it shoots?" And he's like, "Yes." I thought he meant that it shoots bullets, and I was like, "That is stupid. Why would you give children a thing that shoots bullets?"
Mamo says the chat keeps freezing on his mobile every time. He'll have to watch it
No, I'm
later.
sorry, the chat's freezing on your mobile.
Because you have that wartime internet. You need to call Elon Musk and get Starlink.
No, he needs to duck and cover.
I'm Elon Musk. He'll hand deliver them to you like Gabe Newell did for the first Steam machines.
Oh yeah, I saw they're making Steam consoles pretty soon. Apparently, are those out yet, or are they just announcing
Yeah.
it?
They're announcing it. I think all that stuff's coming out sometime next year.
Well, that'll be cool because then by the time we get Skirmish out, people can probably play Skirmish on a console if they want to.
Yeah, and I would say that it's probably not, gonna do good on a controller, but the controller that they have for the new, well, you can use it with anything. You don't have to use it with Steam controller, but like it looks cool. It looks way better than the old stupid Steam controller. I can tell you that. Like that thing was a piece of shit. The fucking old Steam controller, like no one fucking liked that thing. But this one looks cool. This one looks like they finally figured out like, okay, what do people want from a controller?
I'm glad they corrected the crime.
This is it. You found it.
Dave, I really like your stroke on this. I think he's going to be really impressed.
Oh, thank you.
He's gonna have a stroke when he sees this.
If he's not impressed with this,
He's gonna be so happy.
I don't know, do I want to tap the bus joke again? I'll just tell him how many buses I got buried. Be like, okay, your art sucks, but you are pretty bust up. Okay. I gotta respect
Dave's
that.
bussin'.
Bust up. But yeah, I don't know, I got this commission. We almost never get commissions because we're busy and we're, generally making art, not commissioning art, but getting a commission from another artist that we're, because we've seen his stuff since way back when we were in college, so I kind of understand now a little more what customers are like when they get a commission from the artist, when it's like, whoa, this is like an emotional thrill. It's like, oh yeah, this is...
He's talking to me. He's asking me questions like he cares, and it's not all about what I paid for. I know.
It's cool being
That's
insulted
what it
by
felt
this
like.
guy, wow.
Corbin is saying the stream is playing for him, but he cannot hear anything with the sound I'm on.
Huh.
Try somewhere else.
Well, I hope the sound is working for everybody else.
Can everyone else hear us? Let us know if you can hear us.
We are not streaming Volume 6 right now because of spoilers.
Yeah, Volume 6 pages will be... Occasionally we'll probably stream something here and there, but I have to be very, very particular about which pages we stream, because we're getting into some spoilery territory of the book, so most of it is just going to be done off stream going forward. We might occasionally stream something, but not much. So we'll be streaming maybe fun stuff on the side, maybe Ascension, probably Prelude, that sort of thing. The occasional fan art piece.
We'll still do the sneak peek updates in Patreon.
Yeah, obviously the backers are still going to get periodic update, because also when I'm posting an update, I can be more selective about I'll just show this part of the page, Gives me fine-tuned control.
No. Not even I'm afraid that even if we hide the speech bubbles like we always do, they'll be able to figure out too much fine sex.
Yeah, occasionally you can look at the picture and see what's going on a little too easily. People have learned to crack my code over the years.
Nico doesn't want to be okay. Nico doesn't want to be spoiled. Don't worry, we're not going to spoil. We're going to draw landscapes soon. I hear. Ooh, landscapes.
Yeah, if I get done with this Harry Partridge piece, which I think I'm getting close. It's going to be like
Yeah, I love your
massaging it
paint.
pretty soon. Then I want to move on because I've got a nice.
It's gonna be misogynist very soon. Dave's gonna put a fucking
That's not.
speech bubble coming out of Captain Dave's mouth, being like, "I hate women."
No, he's not. He does not hate the. He likes. Look, he likes women. See, he's smiling. He's right next to one and he's smiling.
He's looking at one.
That means he cannot be a misogynist.
he's also
Smiling because
punching.
he's next to the alligator.
No, he's
He's
not.
punching, Dave.
I said massage,
punching.
not misogyny. Great, now I'm canceled. Fuck.
That's so terrible.
I do think that was
Because of
difficult
Dave's
for the
career.
for the people that were going after us during that time period of social media. It was like, well, we want to obviously call them all everything under the book, but it's difficult to throw that one out because me and Liz just have such a fun time together, and we obviously love each other. So it's a little difficult to be like, he hates all women except for the women that we see him interacting with all the time. Like,
That word is too long for them. They go for something that's 4 letters long. You know that. Starts with an N.
Well, that's like the fallback, which
A
don't know.
nice guy.
I don't want to take people's like headcanon away from them, so we'll let them have their fun.
A nincompoop.
I'm nincompoop.
A nagger.
No. I'm actually pretty good
Nagger.
about that. Even though I'm very strict with my diet, I don't pester people too much about what they eat. I'm pretty good about that sort of thing. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
It's so scary.
Mamo says your current Prelude pages are too scary, Dave. Prelude was rated R.
Rated R for
R for
Restricted.
upsetting. Okay.
Rated R for retarded.
Got a poster that says that on my ceiling, so I see it every time I wake up,
Is that the day?
just to remind me,
Don't you think of the day?
just to keep me grounded.
Realistic.
Yeah,
Remember? Never forgetty.
because I like to wake up and be like, I can do no wrong, and then I see that poster, and I'm like,
forgetty.
no, I can.
Hmm. I love your highlight layer, Dave. This does kind of look like he colored it.
Yeah, a little bit of rim. I think I'm gonna duplicate this rim light and then blur it so it's a little bit more glowy, because I like that sort of thing.
He says we can put this on a t-shirt if we want, but I don't think we need to. I'm good. I'm happy.
Harry Partridge gave us t-shirt permissions.
Yeah. Which means we could do a
I
print.
don't know.
but
Maybe
it's like,
people would like it as a print or something.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's gonna be like, yeah, I need this on a shirt.
I'm gonna wear
I
this
think
around town.
It looks good, but I think we're more into it than other people. It says to Liz and Dave.
It'd be really funny if people just walked around like, yeah, with this it says like for Liz and Dave from Harry Partridge, and it's just a random person in a shirt, and it's like, are you Liz and Dave? No. Are you Harry Partridge? Nope. Then what is
Hey,
then what is
let the
this?
man
That would be
breathe.
funny to like run into him at like a convention or something. You see you and Liz like see him like, oh yeah, Harry, thanks for drawing that thing. Wait, what is that? Are you wearing a shirt of the thing that's with your signature still on it?
What'd be better would be to like send him a copy of the shirt, and then when you see him at a convention, be like, "Hey Harry, hey, you're not wearing the shirt. Didn't you get the shirt? Didn't you get the shirt, Harry? I mailed you the shirt. I know because I checked the tracking. I checked the tracking to see if the shirt got there. So I know it got there safe. I know it got there safe, Harry.
That's why you're wrong.
I mean, I know you
am
probably don't.
wearing the shirt.
Oh yeah. Then if he
He
was
got
wearing
it
the
on
shirt,
underneath his actual shirt.
I'd then be a little weirded out because I'd be like, oh, I was trying to do the creep him out thing, but he creeped me out. He just creep reversed me.
Quick reversal.
No.
What if Harry Partridge was secretly watching the stream? I don't know what his time zone is like, but I hope he says something in here that doesn't say like hashtag Harry
Harry
Partridge.
Partridge, if
I
he's
feel like his tag in here is just Harry Partridge because he doesn't know to be subtle.
we get like a post from Larry Snartridge. It's like I wonder who this could be.
Larry Bundy. I used to think him and Larry Bundy were the same guy.
Who's Larry Bundy?
He's like a British guy who would like commentate about like video game stuff.
Oh, okay. For some reason, I was thinking like Ted Bundy, and I was like, "Is this another serial?" You thought Harry Partridge was like a serial killer? Were you going this direction?
No. I'm thinking, it's this guy who he sounded a lot like what I always remember Harry Partridge sounding like.
He does a lot of his own voices in his cartoons. Like he's, I don't know. It's impressive to me that he does all the animation and he does a bunch of voices and he does like the writing for it. Like he's a legitimate,
he's like a
multi-talented
powerhouse. That guy. I don't know how he's never gotten like a job doing something. Like, has he ever pitched a show to a network or anything?
I don't know if he's pitched a show. I want to say I'm not even like the biggest Harry Partridge expert or anything, but I remember watching. He had a show pitch on his channel a while back. It was like this sort of paranormal guy running around, like, and there was like creatures and monsters and stuff. Remember that? We saw that together.
Yeah, it looked a lot like him. There was a lot of action though, a lot of like dodging stuff in an alley.
But see, he put that pitch out, I think, to YouTube. I don't know if he ever took it to any executives or whatever. Like, I feel like if I was gonna pitch a show, I feel like I'd fall for the same sort of thing to do, which is, well, I just want to make this show really cool. I want to make the pitch. I want to make it however I want to make it, and then I'll put it on YouTube, and then people can see it. So it's like the priority in like a normal artist, in like artist brain mind, is like, I want to make something really cool, then I want to show everybody this really cool thing that I made. And like the business part of like, oh, are you networked in? Do you know someone at this studio? Do you know that all the indie animation is secretly getting paid by fucking Australian taxpayers and everyone is pretending to be indie but they're actually not? Like, that stuff never really occurs to like an actual talented artist like Harry Partridge. He's just there making awesome stuff. He's the real thing. But he doesn't stop to think like, why are all these indie, quote indie animation studios going to Australia? That's so weird. I wonder if maybe the Australian taxpayers are being forced at gunpoint to give them money. I don't know. That's so weird.
It's like, no, it's not that. It's just like, Australia's like a second home creatively to most people, I think.
Yeah, most people that want to get into indie animation.
I
think that's probably why they're moving to Australia. The taxpayer dollars are juicy and all, but it's really just that they love Australians.
Yeah, Vivian just flies to Australia all the time, no reason.
Yeah, that's where Ditch is headed too. Because
Wait, does she?
No, it's like, seriously, everyone goes and gets Australia cash. Like, all the people that are networked into this little thing, it's like they get free grant money from Australia. So it's taxpayers that are actually footing the bill for all these indie animations.
I keep forgetting.
Glitch Studios, Vivian, I think even the Smiling Friends, their pilot was funded by Australian stuff.
Yeah.
I think, Princess Pictures, the guy that, what is the guy's name? Not Zach, but the other guy. Fuck, I can't remember his name. The Australian guy that plays Pym. Michael Cusack, that's his name. He does another show called YOLO that was like originally like an internet thing.
Oh, cool.
And
Newgrounds, right?
Yeah, well, no, I think it was just YouTube, but it might have been Newgrounds too. But it got bigger on YouTube, and that turned into like a show that was funded by Princess Pictures. That was one of the first companies I ever heard of doing all this Australian like grant money shit.
I heard that was Australia again.
I keep forgetting that like Vivian did like a what was it? It was a Homestuck animation or something, right? And like the whole idea was they were just trying to see like if people would be interested in like a Homestuck cartoon.
Yeah.
Which that's I did not read Homestuck because reading Homestuck looked like it was stupid as shit to me, but like a lot of people liked it, so maybe I just didn't give it time of day like it deserved or something. But if I was ever going to consume Homestuck, I would like to preferably be able to consume it in a fashion like that where it was animated and voice acted. But I remember hearing that was going to be a thing, and it was not going to be done by Spindle Horse. It was going to be done by Spindle Roo. So immediately I was like, oh, okay. That's all right. Well, everybody knows what's going on there. And then I forgot immediately that any of that ever happened.
Like that
all got like pigeonholed in my brain because I just never heard anybody talk. I think the animation like come out at some point. I never
It
heard
did.
anyone say a fucking thing about it.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes stuff will come out and it won't really resonate, so happens. All right. I think this Harry Partridge piece is all colored up. Sweet. Let me save this. You guys can keep chit-chatting. I'm going to just hit the restroom and be right back and get that Ascension cityscape pulled up for the rest of the stream.
Cool. Very cool. The new conspiracy, the Australian animation consolidation. No, it's not really a conspiracy. It's actually proven, and they have to be public with their money, so you can actually just Google this information. That's where we got it. That's not a conspiracy.
The new conspiracy, the Australian animation consolidation. Yeah. It's just, I mean, I'm not even saying it's a bad thing, right? Like, if Australia is handing out taxpayer dollars to like let you just animate whatever the fuck you want, then like, why wouldn't you go to Australia if you could find a studio down there to do what you wanted? Why wouldn't you do it that way? Because like you could just fund a pilot fucking anything that way. You wouldn't have to pay anything. If the grant money covered all your costs that the studio would get, then you wouldn't have to pay a fucking thing.
I'm back.
Or at the very worst, you would have a lot of it covered.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even want to say it's like, how dare they get a grant? Like, you know, if they want to create animation and they have some method of funding it because it's not profitable, then hey, they got a method of funding it. They can create stuff that's pretty cool. The only thing that sort of makes me be like, oh, I don't think that should be exactly the nuanced way to do it is I don't necessarily like it when people have some huge alternate source of funding and then they really, really minimize it and sort of posture as though they are independent publicly. It's like, oh yeah, we're so indie. Oh, we're totally supported by our viewers like you. It's definitely you guys. We're independent. Because the thing is, like, does that hurt the viewers watching the show? I don't think so. I think it's fine. But the people that it does impact are other artists, other animators that are watching, and they're looking up to these people thinking, these people have figured it out. I want to get up to the mountain where they are, and they're telling me that the path is to be independent. So that's what I'll do. And it's like, no, they are telling you that there is a path up that mountainside, and that path does not exist. They did not get up the mountainside using the path that they are pretending they used. They got airlifted by a helicopter. So all of these little artists and animators that want to follow in their footprints, they start down this pathway that does not lead where they think it will go because they don't understand how these things are actually being funded. And I feel like that really sets a lot of younger people that are trying to follow that path, it sets them on the wrong path, literally, because they don't understand, oh, this is not a viable business model at all. If I just try to do it independently, I'm never going to be pumping out like multiple animated episodes every single year because the independent market for animation doesn't actually financially support that at this level of production value. You have to have a giant, whether it's a trust fund or Australian taxpayer money, it's like you got to be pulling in cash from somewhere else. So
And that's the thing about Australia taxpayer money. It's that it's millions of dollars every year.
Mm-hmm.
So you can keep on making seasons and you can keep on applying for more grants, and it's a never-ending money flow.
And again, I don't think that's, like, if people can get money to make animation, hey, animation is getting made. I think that's a win for everybody. But I do think it's not really cool to basically trick younger animators into thinking that this is financially viable and this series is totally profitable and it supports itself. And, because it's like, well, it doesn't. It's not actually, the business model doesn't actually operate independently. It actually requires outside funding from corporations or governments or parents or something. So, I don't know. I think it can just give observers the wrong idea, and then a lot of young people try to do something that is not actually viable. And at least if they understood that, oh, like maybe they could still even try to do something independently, but at least they would understand, like I don't want someone who's out there independently animating, doing their darndest. They can barely get like one episode of something out every year or 2 years because it's just a huge amount of work. And then they look at these government-funded indie animators, and they think, wow, I must really suck. These guys are doing it right. What's wrong with me? And it's like, nothing's wrong with you. You're not getting millions of dollars from taxpayers. They are. So it's not like a talent differential. It's not like their stuff is better than yours in any significant way. They just have a giant pile of money, and you don't. Like, that's it. So I feel like if artists understood that, it would maybe be a relief to them, and they would sort of understand that their work and their creative expression is every bit as worthwhile, maybe sometimes more worthwhile, and that what they're looking at is not like they're not good enough and they don't measure up in some way. It's just that, they just don't have the budget. They just literally don't have the money. And it's not like, oh, well, if I was more successful in the indie market like these people, it's like, no, that's not where their funding is coming from. They pretend it is, it's not.
I think that's just like an
Nico
important
says-
lesson.
Go on. Yeah.
Go ahead, Liz. Sorry.
Nico says everyone can do anything with enough taxpayer exploitation. Yeah, and hey, you
Yeah.
mess up
Yeah,
for a
you
year,
can.
you get more later.
You can convince an entire fucking nation of idiots that the wind will power all of your entire fucking metropolis city, and that you're definitely not buying nuclear power from France or anything like that. So you can, with enough taxpayer money, you can just make people believe it's windmills are powering everything. Oh, I live in a fairyland where the wind powers everything, because that's ever been a thing.
Well, it does at least cut down on those pesky birds.
Taxpayer money.
Too many birds. Get some windmills in here. There we
Yeah.
go. Chop, chop, chop.
But the ultimate thing is like when when it gets really cold and those stupid windmills freeze, they have to get gas powered helicopters to go up and unfreeze them so that they will work again. It's beyond comedy. But yeah, that I don't even I think it's just an important lesson. If you're in showbiz, that's showbiz as they say.
Yeah.
If you're in showbiz, whether it's indie or like the actual industry union type shit, you have to at some point. I don't even want to say what separates the men from the boys, because there's a lot of really talented, like Harry Partridge. There's a lot of fucking really talented people out there.
Oh yeah.
That just they cannot get like their shit to a point where they can like do what they want and they can actually like have like a show for one reason or another. But I think it's just there is a final door that just tricks a lot of people, because the door looks like part of the wall. And if you don't know that door is there, or at least to look for it, you will be Thief and the Cobbler guy versus Aladdin, so to speak. You will be the guy who comes out with a movie 20 years, 30 years later down the road that is not even finished, and it's taken fucking long time. But it was what you wanted to do, but it's just nothing. Like, you're not going to make any money. You're not going to be able to continue to animate stuff like you wanted to do. Nothing. So you don't want to become, in my opinion, the ultimate death of a creator is to become Thief and the Cobbler guy. I can't remember his name, but to become the guy who did Thief and the Cobbler, that is tragedy. What
is that exactly? That's kind of like saying you're just gonna like disappear and create something for 20 years, and then you think it's gonna be revealed at the end, and by that time time has changed and nobody cares.
Yeah, like it's just I'm gonna do everything the way I want to do it, and it doesn't matter to me if people like it or not. Like, yeah, well, that's okay, great. And what are you going to produce in 20, 30 years? Something that you could have produced with the technology that has been developed in 20, 30 years a whole lot easier and it would be done, and you could have gotten funding for it instead of what you did. Like that, to me, that when I talk about people becoming Thief and the Cobbler guy, that is like just becoming a stubborn or ignorant failure of a creator versus like actually just being like active and asking questions and looking at what other people are doing, and just knowing that like it's not enough to just be hardworking and creative. Like, that doesn't get you anywhere anymore. It never really did ever get you anywhere. You have to know where, if you're young and you want to get into like the industry stuff, you have to go to a college where people that work at that college, the professors that you have at that college, know people in the industry that you want to get into. You have to go somewhere where you can know someone who knows someone, or know someone who knows how to do things. Like
Like not
someone
Ohio.
is telling all of these animation people that Australia just is handing out fucking millions of dollars every year to animate shit. Someone's telling people that. And these people are not fucking telling everyone else that that's going on, because I presumably, if it were me who knew that and no one else knew that, and I knew that the grant money would get smaller and smaller every year, the more people were there eating it up, I wouldn't want to, that if I was like, I'm not going to tell anybody, that would be my motivation for not telling people, because I wouldn't want to have to share that grant money with someone else.
Well, I
I
will
would
say
want millions
too.
of dollars to promote my own shit and make my own shit instead of thousands.
I will say too, like in Fairyland, I don't know how realistic it is, but in Fairyland, if I could choose, like, oh, would you want to own a business that is A, supported by taxpayer money, or B, authentically actually supported by people that like what you make, and then they spend money on it and they buy more of it and they, like, back it on Patreon or whatever. I would really like to have a business that's authentically supported by customers who literally value the content. Because the thing about having support from taxpayers, yeah, I mean, it sounds like Easy Street. It sounds like, yeah, you don't even have to make anything good. You can make dog shit, and you'll look like you're huge and successful. But the thing about that is, as soon as the laws change, your business could be ended, just like that. As soon as someone gets elected that's like, oh, we're going to get into some fiscal austerity and we're going to stop wasting government money, one round of political stuff that doesn't go your way, you're done.
And you have no business. And if it takes 1.8 million a year to make episodes of your show, how are you going to continue and explain to people suddenly I need to crowdfund?
Yeah, so I mean, again, not that there's like, you get to choose how your business will be supported by. It's like there's no guarantees anywhere that you will get a business that is supported by anything. But again, I would be more comfortable having a business supported by customers than one that is basically existing contingent upon the ignorance of the taxpayers. Because I feel like as soon as the taxpayers figure out they're paying for a bunch of trust fund kids to make ugly cartoons, and it's coming from their wages, I think as soon as that happens, like, the Australians will get pissed off and probably try to, like, put a stop to some of that money getting taken from their pockets and given to, like, everyone
Yeah.
else making dumb stuff.
Well, I mean, like a terrible example is the SNAP stuff. When we lived
Is
in
the what?
Ohio, SNAP. In America, we have SNAP, which is the government funded food. And I'm hearing
Oh, that's
that
like the
when they,
benefit stuff. Okay, yeah.
yeah, you don't know. Basically, what happened was when the government had their shutdown, the food program got shut off because they didn't have the money, and then it all came out that a lot of people who didn't really need it were taking advantage of the program, and now they're
Oh, I
really
saw
looking into
that.
it. Yeah, and then my point is now people are owing $2,000 on, oh, I had SNAP benefits, but now I owe the government money and I can't get my SNAP anymore.
Yeah, that would suck to be used to, like, yeah, they help me out with bills and they pay for some of this, and then one day they're like, oh, no more food benefits for you. By the way, here's your bill. It's like, excuse me, what? Like, that's
When we lived in Ohio and were very poor, we actually looked into SNAP, but it just wasn't going to work for us because we had all of $1,000 saving in the bank, and that was all we had. But they told us that was too much money, so we had the choice of waste all that money and hope we were approved, or just survive on our own. And we decided to survive.
yeah.
And we're really glad. We're glad we did because we can budget. We learned.
I remember
And I
distinctly
really, yeah.
distinctly realizing, wow, I'm struggling financially to survive. Like, literally at some points I was losing unhealthy amounts of weight because I just didn't have enough food. That was just the way it was. So, applying for benefits, and then it's like, oh, actually, you've been very, very careful with your money, and so you're going to get penalized for that. If you had just gone out and bought an iPhone like everybody else in that waiting room, yeah, sure, maybe we'd approve you for benefits, but you didn't buy an iPhone. You've been trying to save and keep your money for, like, bills and rent and food and the electric bill. So,
Yeah.
sorry, better luck next time, champ. Maybe waste all your money. And I was like, I guess we don't qualify then. So we'll just struggle and try to, like, work
We'll just
harder.
eat ramen. We'll eat ramen and Kool-Aid packets and water down the fruit juice and make that last 4 days. So, that's fine. We survived.
Yeah. Maybe that's our dumb approach, is that we like do things actually independently the hard way, but if we can actually authentically build ourselves up doing it for real, it's like Goku training in the hyperbaric gravity chamber. When we finally get the Australia cash, then we'll be super powered. Now that I have the power of Australian taxpayers by my side. Frieza's finished.
That's exactly when it would cut off too, Dave. Is right when you move to Australia and become a citizen.
Yeah, as soon as I'm like, well, all right, mates, my Australian accent that I've been working very hard on is complete, and I've become a naturalized Australian. That's when they'll be like, okay, cool. By the way, this grant's over now. Oh, damn it.
Yeah, and by the way, it'll still be your taxes. You'll be paying your own stuff.
Then I'll be like an Australian taxpayer, and they'll be like, plus we have to pay back the deficit from all these years of funding animation. And I'll be like, God damn it! Now I'm paying for all the indie animation, and I'm not getting any grants. Curses.
Well, that's the thing about grants, is that you usually typically don't have to pay them back.
No, the grant recipients don't, but the taxpayers do.
Yeah, the taxpayers are always on the hook for everything, and that's kind of like, I don't know, I have that problem with using taxpayer money to fund animation, but also at the same time, you know, if you play your cards right, you can get a couple $1 million potentially to animate something with, and not have to go through like the logistics of like promising your fans something and taking their money, and then like, what if something happens and things don't work out and you can't deliver exactly the way you wanted to deliver it? Because like that's different from like printing a book that's already made, right? Like if you were to take, I don't know, let's say for instance you had a Kickstarter or something, or you did something on something else, like not Indiegogo, no, don't do anything on there, but what was like the other one, Crowdfly or something like that.
Yeah,
that's really all there is.
Backer Kit, that's the other one I'm thinking of. Yeah, and any of those, you did something on one of those, right? Let's say Backer Kit. I started Dreamkeepers the movie, Dreamkeepers TV series. We're gonna do Dreamkeepers TV series, and we're gonna do it through Backer Kit. And oh wow, look at that! Somehow our fans provide us with $2 million to do Dreamkeepers the animated series. Wow, I can't believe that. So like, you know, but like you don't, it's not like Dave and Liz raising that money, right? It's like a studio that raised it. So we get like a studio, we hire an animation studio, or we partner with an animation studio in America, and then we raise $2 million via that studio doing a Kickstarter. And then, you know, you could produce anything that you wanted. Or what if things don't go as planned? What if something happens and like 2 or 3 years after you've produced, after you've got that $2 million from your fans, almost no one has any of their rewards you promised them for the Kickstarter.
You know, that can
and
happen.
You don't have like no animation to show, basically.
If you promise 2 seasons but you don't get 1 episode done, but you have 12 episodes of partially finished work, that's nothing.
I'm starting to feel like this hypothetical is a little on the specific side.
Dave, you live in a fantasy world.
Yeah, but it's colorful.
Dave's fantasy world.
Oh, you.
I will say
I
though,
can do that too.
like it is like the thief and the cobbler phenomenon. Let's call it cobbling. Like you say, like cobbling is like a failed condition for an artist. I think that to a degree that's accurate, but it depends on, you know, if an artist is happy just making what they want to make, it's not necessarily a failure condition for them. But you
should ask Bill Williams or whatever his name is. You should ask Thief and the Cobbler guy if he thinks it's a fail or a success.
But that's what I'm pointing out is like for artists, cobbling is a very, very real temptation. And I mean for like actual artists. Obviously, there's another type of creator out there where their priority is internet clout. Like they could care less if their thing is good. They could care less if it is financially viable. They don't care about any of that as long as they get a lot of internet attention. The quality and then the business acumen, all of that is sort of like beside the point. So those people, they will always make sure that whatever happens, they are getting lots of attention. But I think almost all the time, those people and actual like artists that really care about making stuff, they don't have the same brain. They're not in it to do the same thing at all. So people, I would say people like Harry Partridge, I'd consider him like an authentic artist. Like he wants to make something that he thinks is really, really cool, and that's what he wants to do, and then he wants to share it with people. That's my perception. And so for someone that has like, I think, an authentic artist motivation, I guess I'd throw myself in that category too, to a degree, but cobbling is very tempting. It's very tempting to just be like, I'm just going to put my head down, I'm going to make what I love, and then let the chips fall where they may. If I build it, they will come. I'm sure it'll be fun. It's a temptation. It really is to just
I know what that is.
just ignore all the business stuff, ignore everything, and just cobble away.
Well, Dave, that would be like if you were making Dreamkeeper pages and you weren't going to show anyone any of it until the entire series was done.
Yeah, like if I was just, but of course the thing is, like when it comes to producing anything at scale, even a comic, but especially like an animated show, like those productions do start to require more hands on deck to be viable. And to me, I think like my idea of like what would I consider to be successful for me, that would be achieving and maximizing my creative potential in life. So that would include me being able to make what I want in a good way, but also it includes like building a business in such a way that I can multiply my output by being able to actually collaborate with other people. So my version of success does involve necessarily, it's not like there's a guarantee that it'll be successful, but it involves like attempting to grow and attempting to have a viable business model that could, open the door to more and more production capability as time goes on. But I'm just saying, like, from an emotional and psychological standpoint of an artist, cobbling is a temptation. Because that's all I think what a real artist really wants to do is not even worry about all this business stuff, social media, trying to get people's attention, like marketing, running sales, and worrying about like funding sources, visiting Australia. No one wants to go to Australia. I want to draw. Just want to draw. That's what an artist wants to do.
You like going outside a little bit.
Well, I like going outside in my backyard, but I mean that's not like going all the way to Australia.
You couldn't draw.
So
I don't think any of these people are actually going to Australia, for the record.
Well, no, they're
Vivian
just they're just
going down there.
No, she did. Vivian did. She was talking about how she was going to fly to Australia, and everyone on Reddit got excited.
I think she had to firm up relations with the Australian citizen who was necessarily being integrated into her operations locally, because you have to have obviously an Australian citizen involved in your business to be eligible for the grant. So surprise, surprise, some of these Australians are so talented. Oh, I love them so much, and I definitely want to have them involved in my business for no reason.
Okay. Creative director for no reason.
Yeah.
Hazen says he'll be right back, apparently.
That's fine.
On the lam.
He's got to hit Australia real quick. He's got to go get his fix in. But yeah, I think I do think cobbling, thief and cobblering, it's very, very tempting for most artists. But that's why if I really want to aim for maximizing my creative potential in life, and also I would consider part of the goal is maximizing my creative potential and trying to build our business in such a way that it might also help unlock other people's creative potential as well. Because, right now, like what I'm describing with the way this business ecosystem kind of works, it's not really a meritocracy. The best stuff is not going to be elevated by this business model. And I would like the best stuff to get made, because I like better things. I like good things. So if I can try to build Vivid in such a way that it can also maybe elevate other really good authors, other really good franchises or works or things like that, then at that point it's like it can like maybe multiply the effect. So that's my like ultimate win condition, is I want to maximize my own creative potential, and in doing so I would like to have a side effect be I maximize just everyone's creative potential in the creative market. I think that'd be great.
Agreed. You're doing a good job. Don't worry about it.
Oh, thank you.
I think part of it with cobbling, as you call it, I'm going to call it the wrong thing here. But with cobbling, I think part of it is that artists don't understand that people want to see works in progress and like concept and the journey. Artists think that you just want to see like the ending result, and they disappear for 2 years, and then like surprise, I did it, and we're all just like not even paying attention at that point.
Yeah. Well, also like when you look at like a big studio like Disney or Marvel, these entertainment companies are kind of at the top of the food chain in terms of their access to resources. That's typically how they operate. They'll just like one day they'll be like, oh, here's a movie, it's going to be coming out, and of course it's already done. So they don't have to actually show works in progress and like have Discord calls with their community and stuff like that. They just have like enough of a business structure and financial revenue streams that they could just do stuff. So maybe some artists sort of like see that and they're like, yeah, that's what I want to do too. I just want to disappear, make my thing. Meals will magically be on my table. I won't have to work or anything, and then I'll appear again and people can enjoy it.
And we all celebrate that it's over.
Yeah, and then everybody celebrates like that.
It's not always how it goes. If you disappear for years and you don't tell anybody, they lose interest in what you're doing, and then you appear one day with your animation, and they're like, "Wait, what?"
And then the police have all these questions. like,
Yeah.
like you were
Yeah.
reported missing for 3 years. Like, where have you been? What do you remember?
I was animating Starbarians. Oh, yeah.
Man, I would love it if we could somehow get more funding for like Harry Partridge stuff. He does have a Patreon, by the way. If anyone is listening to this, be like, if only we could get more Harry Partridge animation faster. He does have a Patreon, so.
Yeah, but also I'm gonna say, like a true artist, he doesn't even market the way he should. Like I had to really hunt to figure out where he had commissions, and then he like he didn't tell us Patreon about them either.
Well, that was actually
That's a fluke.
from a selfish customer standpoint. That was actually handy because it meant there was almost no competition for his commission slots. But
I know.
from a Harry Partridge, I want to see you animate more stuff, so I want you to get more revenue standpoint. It's like, dude, you need to market more. Like, that's why I'm sure anybody that follows our social media or anything, they know, like, hey, like, David's always working on making stuff, and he's always marketing things. There's going to be a sale here or an event there. Like, the marketing is pretty much continuous. Especially, we're having a big push in November for our Patreon, which is, by the way, patreon.com/dreamkeepers, if anyone doesn't know. But yeah, that's why I have to do so much marketing, because it's like, I understand that, like, we don't have a fairy godmother in the form of like super lucrative parents or like a gigantic Australian taxpayer handout. We don't have those things coming to the rescue, so we've actually got to build our business legitimately, like one customer at a time, one eyeball at a time. So that's what we're doing.
Mm-hmm. I'm digging up his Patreon, but it's hard. He's on 18 and up, so it's a little harder to find.
Harry Partridge's Patreon.
Yeah, which is nutty because he's not naughty, but he's probably playing it safe. I don't know. He has censored boobies, and you know how that gets. He
Yeah.
doesn't want to be arrested in Britain.
Especially Facebook will
can't get it
sometimes
on.
track you down if you have even like boobs underneath a shirt.
Shirts? Oh, I
It's
know.
like underneath this clothing, we figured out that they're totally naked under all the clothing. We got you. It's like, uh-oh.
Oh yeah, hey, you know what I don't miss, Dave?
What?
Facebook.
Well, as it turns out, like, apparently that was not the source of the growth that we've been experiencing, because we've been doing all the same stuff, just, Facebook took itself out of the mix, and everything is going just as good, so we've kind of confirmed that, at least for us, Facebook was a waste of attention.
No, I know, it was like an old thing, and I didn't even know we had it, really. It was just out there sitting, and whatever.
Well, I mean, it was important in the olden days, I guess.
Yeah, when that mattered.
In the olden days, when everyone played on Facebook, and MySpace was still a mainstream competitor. I remember there were bands on MySpace. Top 8 spaces only.
Everyone was friends with Tom.
Wonder what happened to
Mama,
Tom.
what's even less important? What are you doing? I think Few things are less important than Dave's ramblings about MySpace. MySpace is like the Facebook and MySpace are really unimportant. Blue Sky. Oh,
Oh, Blue Sky.
snap. Oh man.
I
I
disagree
enjoy looking at
completely.
the yelling.
Blue Sky is extremely
Why?
valuable. Blue Sky is serving the function that Tumblr served, circa 2012, 2013, and that is a containment zone where all of the crazy
Yeah.
people can go and have a nice life away from all of everyone else. And
Mamo. I'm the only one that looks at Blue Sky messages. Dave doesn't even look at that thing anymore. Dave can post pictures on there without seeing it, so he does that. That's how
Yeah.
important Blue Sky is to us.
well, I mean, they can look at the pictures we post on there and have fun, but it's like it's not a happy place. There's not really any joy at all. It's man, lots of very very angry, upset people all the time. But I can't fix them.
Yeah, Mamo, you block us and you can live in your little bubble where everybody blocks you for not liking AI.
Oh no,
That's right.
I'm blocked.
Put,
I'm blocked.
put
blocked,
AI
blocked,
on
blocked,
put
blocked.
AI on Blue Sky. That's real smart. You'll get a big audience that way. Haha.
Honestly, they probably won't be able to tell the difference.
No, I know they can't. They're so used to yelling no AI, they don't know what it looks like.
I mean, considering the fact that like half the artists, well, at least one that I can think of, that they commissioned and put on a pedestal is like literally just tracing their art from AI generated images.
Yeah, she changed her name again. They still found her.
You can run on
So it continues.
for a long time.
I saw her,
Run on.
I saw her for Affinity, and they're still yelling at her on there too.
Yeah, I mean,
She took down all of her links, but they still found her.
yeah, it's like, I think it's good for customers to know what they're actually getting, so I'm glad that the awareness is out there. But I also don't think it's like necessarily cool that people are, using her as a punching bag, because it's like, okay, just if you don't want AI traced commissions from an artist, that's fine. So now you know that's what it is. But is it great that they were deceiving people? No, but I don't know. It's just I don't. It's just
She wouldn't get selling our refund.
yeah, it just doesn't really seem constructive when people are like, this person, I can put them in a socially bad category, so now I will never let them live it down ever. It's like, that's, I don't know. I don't know if that's really helping necessarily. I guess I'm a softie. Can't we all just get
Memo has, okay, you're over time, honey.
it's already past 9 p.m.? Well, I got my main illustration for the night colored in. I like how this came out.
I do too. I'm very impressed with you.
Harry Partridge's, well, I mean, it's Harry Partridge's art. I just colored it in, but I like his.
Yeah, but you really made it pop. He's gonna like that a lot.
He had a really, really nice little vignette group composition, so it's just putting the colors in sort of helps bring out the good shaping characteristics that he had. He had even the tails. Look at like your tail swooping in. Daga's tail follows the energy, and then the energy continues up through the spaceship launch in the background and up through Lula's hair. It's just he made a really, really nice flowing composition, and so I think the color just sort of hopefully helps bring that to the fore. That like, hey, look at this, look at the badass drawing this guy did.
He told me this was one of his favorite ones to do, so obviously that has to be true.
Well, then we'll show him the colors, and hopefully he gets a little tickle out of it.
Okay. Nico says Harry and Dave is a winning combination. I agree. Really good. The art piece is really retro looking, like 90s style. Oh, I agree completely. He really pulled it off. It's a very different style than his animation, which I was impressed by.
Yeah, well, there's more like inking and cross hatching, which makes sense because you don't want to put a bunch of cross hatching in animation generally. All right. Well, it is about time for me to think about getting some dinner. But thank you everybody for hanging out. Thank you,
Do we
Hazen.
bury Hazen in the bus?
I think
In
the
a bus?
Chinese secret police must have pulled him away, so we'll see if he gets out of prison later. But thanks for hanging out, guys. It's been fun. We'll stream again some more stuff on Monday if we don't put anything out before then. So take it easy. And during our Artvember month event, if you can repost any of our social media stuff, we're trying to roll up as much support as we can get for our production efforts. And the more the more revenue we get, the more we can start making increased production, and that's the plan. Is to actually do it the good old-fashioned legit way.
And we aren't taking over Australia. We could just conquer them.
You guys are our Australian taxpayers. Thank you.
Aww. Except they know what they're paying for.
Yeah, except for there's no coercion involved or extortion, so it's a little bit different. Anyways, everyone have a fantastic weekend. See you later. Stream ends in 5, 4, 3, 2,